who does Esau / Edom represent today, and what will happen to them in the end times?
Oh, so that's really easy. So Edom is Christendom. It is the implacable enemy of the Jewish people.
The concept of Esav as Edom and as Rome was changed, transformed into a religion. So therefore, any nation that has that religion can be considered Esav. See? So therefore, it's not one nation that is now 2,000 years or whatever, but it is a religion, and any nation that has that religion predominantly is called Esav. Christianity, of course, ultimately became Western civilization. So Esav today is really Western civilization, because Western civilization is basically Christian, and therefore that is considered to be Esav.
Esav, who became Edom, who became the Roman Empire, which metamorphosed into the Christian Empire, which became Christian civilization, which is now represented by the United States of America, will suffer a crushing, humiliating defeat.
Esau is everything that's wicked in the world, and it's the Edom. Esav is Edom. It's the final kingdom of the 4 kingdoms. It's the greatest, the most implacable enemy of the Jewish people. Prophesy. We have whole books devoted to the destruction of Edom at the end of days. This is the last kingdom. In traditional Jewish thinking, it's the church. It's the implacable enemy of the Jews. It's a morphing kingdom. It's unlike the previous kingdoms. It begins as Rome, and then it morphs, becomes Christian in the 4th century, and then it divides and divides and divides.
So who's Edom? Edom includes most of Europe. It includes the United States of America. It's the Roman Empire that was never destroyed.
Edom becomes America. Why? Because America is Edom, after all.
Esav, who in modern day terms is really basically, certainly one of them is America.
But for those of you who don't understand that Italy is the seat of the Roman Empire of Edom, even though Edom is scattered, many other nations today that speak Latin languages, that have something of the Roman Empire, including America, they are first. So Edom is everywhere, and the United States of America is also part of Edom.
Malchut Edom, which includes all of America, Europe, and some of the Western Quarter.
Who becomes the children of Esav? All of a sudden, it shifts now, and we talk about Galut Edom as whom? As Rome, and eventually Western civilization.
The Edomites are the descendants of Edom, who is also known as Esau, Jacob's evil twin. Our tradition tells us that the Edomites are the ancestors of the Romans, and indeed of all Europeans and the entire Christian world.
Esav, who is the symbol of all the nations, Christians or not.
Rome is the last empire of the 4 empires that subjugated the Jewish people. Edom, Rome is the worst of all. And Edom is going to be destroyed. We have entire books in Tanakh devoted to the destruction of Edom. It's finished, it's gone, no more.
The West is Rome. According to the simple meaning, Europe and America are really one entity. But we know one thing, right? That when it comes to the classic Rome, which is Europe, they're finished.
Esav, Edom, is the implacable enemy of the Jew, and an identifying feature of it is that it's constantly morphing, changing, but it's really the same thing. It only appears different, but it's really that 4th horse that has just many different colors.
Their mark is eagle, and that's really the sign of the Romans and the Russians and the Americans and the Germans. All the evil empires, they all have the same symbol.
And it describes then this force that's going to be destroyed like a marine creature, like a fish. It should be stated, I know for most people they think that the symbol of Christendom is a cross. As it turns out, the symbol of the cross for Christianity, relatively speaking, is rather late. The early and most primitive Christian symbol is the fish because of the acronym of its name. So the fish is the ancient symbol of Christendom. It's really not until you get to the 4th century, until you get to Constantine, does the cross emerge as the chief symbol of the church. And it's slithers from one place to another place, because Christendom has managed not just to remain isolated and local to Rome, remain local to Edom in that area, but rather it slithers and emerges in different nations all over the world. And this has to be utterly destroyed, because Christendom is the religion of Rome.
And this is written over 2,000 years ago. And in the future, the sons of Ishmael are future to arouse huge wars all over the world. Now it's going to happen. They're going to go against the entire world, the sons of Edom. And they're going to go and gather war against the rest of the world. The sons of Edom, these are the Christians. So all the Muslims, this is a prophecy from over 2,000 years ago. The Muslims are going to go and they're going to infect the rest of the world. Everywhere they're going to go, they're going to cause havoc, they're going to cause riots, they're going to cause wars, and they're going to go against the land of Edom, the nation of Edom, which in our generation, this is the Christians it's talking about.
In Isaiah chapter 63, the day of the great and terrible day of the Lord, it says that the Lord will come out from a place called Edom, and he will crush Edom. Now, I'm just a broadcaster here, okay? In Jewish understanding, Edom is really talking about the Christianity, okay? Christianity is called Edom.
Say it again.
Christianity is Edom.
The Edomim, Esav was called Edom, and his descendants were known as the nation of Edom. According to Chazal, Edom is the father of Rome, what would later become the Roman Empire.
All the mountains are going to be full of blood of the corpses of Edom, because of the vengeance that Hashem is going to take from them.
Kadosh Baruch Hu will arise and will destroy completely the city of Edom and will completely uproot them.
But regarding Esau, Edom, we stress their complete destruction, and that God will throw them into the endless pit of darkness and oblivion. Regarding the total obliteration of Esav, we also have an entire book of Obadiah. In verse 18 of the single chapter of that book, we read as follows: Then the house of Jacob will be like fire, the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esav will be straw. They will set them alight and consume them. There will be no survivors from the house of Esau, for God has spoken.
The third, this is called Nekama Bagoim, revenge on the nations that went against us for the last 4,000 or 5,000 years. Any nation, any person that went against the nation of the Jews, is going to be a Nekama. There's going to be a revenge. Hashem will take their blood back.
The descendants of the enemies of our people that were enemies to our people from day first are still hating us in the commandment of their ancestors, the children of Esav that hates Yaakov, the children of Amalek that hates Yaakov, the children of all the ones that had that black bitterness instead of a soul, that black, dark, horrible, depressed, negative, and awful shadow as a poor replacement for a soul, still hating us, still jealous, still don't know what to do with our goodness.
To Christianity, to Edom, and that Christianity must be utterly destroyed, and that is how the full force of the Messianic age will arrive.
The spiritual heirs of the Roman Empire is the Western world, United States of America, so the USA will last until Mashiach comes.
So one of the things that has to happen is America has to fall. I mean, because the American-led world, the world order, that's the American-led order, is going to end. That's not the same as the very end that we read in the Bible. Right. So somehow we're going to see a collapse.
I mean, America is strong, but not when they're going against 3-4 armies.
It's going to take down Esau. Once we will leave this place, Hashem will bury America. That's what's going to happen. Not because I'm some kind of a prophet. I'm not giving you any prophecies here. I'm just describing to you a divine formula.